Stepped in this game when I'm feeling immaculate. Gifted from birth. I gotta chase a check. My melodies are these words. Tell my girl, we're diamonds and pearls. VVS, yeah, they shine on my.
Welcome back, beautiful people. Let's welcome Pusha Preme, Billboard charting artist. How are you?
Appreciate you. I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm good. I can't complain. And who did you bring with us?
From my man
today?
DTG, aka Davion the God.
Okay.
We got a record together, so I figure that I'm really big on Tampa will win. So anytime I get an opportunity like this, I want to make sure that anybody I'm currently working with kind of like sees the same light too.
Yeah. Do you feel like Tampa artists support one another?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I think the facade of like, Tampa people, not Tampa artists, I mean, as I say people, don't get together. I think that's just something the old heads did because there was such a abundance of young talent coming up.
Yeah.
They didn't know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Because during the time, they used to have a Tampa set. You know what I'm saying? You play Red Light, you play the Tom G, you play Lil Key, you play those 5 songs, and you switch to the Jay-Z set. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, these kids were being so talented, it was eating up their time, so they was hearing their songs a lot less. You know what I'm saying? And that's when, you know how it works for like jealousy and stuff like that. Sometimes, as a culture, we can't really accept when something is just kind of evolving.
Yeah. So you have to tell me what's the history or story behind the head scully. What do you call it?
They all have different names. When they were created, not to sound like on some like mad scientist. No. That's just the way my mind works, Okay. So it started like 2014, but even probably before then because sometimes people would hit me up when people kind of sometimes figure it out. They'll be like, "Oh, I remember back at 7th grade in PS37, you did this or you did that." So I guess it's something I've always been doing, and I just built the maturity to kind of grow up with it and kind of just take it on for what it is.
That's dope. All right, so kind of tell us about your music. If you had to classify it, does it fit in a genre, or like how would you describe your music?
It's just feel good music.
Yeah.
I really don't define it. The stories in there will be relatable to some people. I'm really big on like the playing of words, like double entendres and lyricism. But I'm also like I'm a sound junkie, so I like the way things sound and mesh together.
Yeah.
But I also like the reaction people get when they hear certain things. So it's like a melting pot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When it comes to the music, so the genre, I think it just depends on what I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be something that be some trap, or might be R&B trap, or it might be a variation of both. You know, I think when you try to label music, you're not enjoying it. It's just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just have to kind of just, whatever it does for you, that's what it is, and you can identify with it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be able to tell you a definition because it might be different for you.
I'm with it. So who are you influenced by?
Everybody.
Yeah.
I used to, in the beginning it was Jay-Z, heavy Jay-Z, Cam, of course. But it was, I think more so when I look down at it, like I was just talking to Ray Ray about it, I think it's more so, I was more so in love with their story than with kind of the output, because now like my ear changes now. I listen to a lot of Wizkid. We do a lot of Afro beat music, so Wizkid, Burna Boy, like that's where it's like where I'm at with it. But also like the vocal ranges that Lil Wayne has. So it's like it's really everybody. I try to like listen, not to kind of like pick out, but what do I point out, or what really intrigues me.
That's so. Now you mentioned Cam, so there's a verses coming up with Rocks and Dipset. Are you going for somebody, or are you just there for the culture?
I mean, honestly, nah, I'm not going for the culture. Okay. Dipset's gonna win that.
Really? You think so?
Yeah. They made so many anthems. It's like when you're doing these verses, it's not like who's better, because that's objective, right? It's an opinion.
Exactly.
It's like, when you hear this song, does this song immediately take you to high school? Does it take you to the time when you got your first car? Whoever creates the most memories is going to win.
Yeah.
That's why I thought that Trina and Eve thing was like not fair, because Trina made way more memories than Eve did.
I have to disagree, but okay.
I mean, but you might like Eve the person, because Eve was on TV a lot.
Plus, I'm from up north, so I think that's probably a thing too.
So you think that takes away from the how good Trina is?
I see. You said it's subjective, right?
I plead the fifth.
We're gonna move past that. Okay. If you could share the stage with anyone, who would you share with?
Oh man. Honestly, as of right now, today, Tyler.
Why?
His energy is crazy. It's just like, I know so many people that are afraid to dance because they can't dance. And that boy don't got no rhythm, and he's black. It's crazy. So, but the fact that he's so comfortable up there, it's
Yeah.
like that has to be the ultimate bliss.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To be
Yeah.
able to just be up there and just express.
Yeah.
Like he tells a story after every verse, like legit, like out
Yeah.
of breath, sweating,
Yeah.
and it gets right back into it. So I would love to see what that kind of energy is.
Yeah.
And then old ASAP, back when the Amps, you know, rest in peace, when he was around.
Okay.
I used to see them over there at the Meatpacking District when they used to perform. It's a lot of energy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you feel like the music industry is saturated with similar artists? Do you feel like there needs to be changed, or are you good with what you hear on the radio?
No, I'm good with what we hear. The thing is, like, we're in a very blessed era to where the production meets up with the imagination. You can make anything now. You could take Congo drums, throw them with a guitar, and you don't even have to be in the same room. You know what I'm saying? You can have someone just send you a soundbite. You can even go on Fiverr and get samples. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted a choir. I couldn't get the choir because, you know, they do their things on Sundays. I record on the weekends.
Gotcha.
I went on Fiverr and they gave it to me individually.
Yeah.
They're just like, okay, I'll sing these chords, he'll sing these chords, and they send it.
Yeah.
You know, we live in a very, like, great time right now when it comes to just accessibility.
So a serious question, with all the civil unrest that we've been dealing with, what advice would you give to Black and brown men out there?
To just mind your business. You know, like we you know, that's kind of like how Preme became Preme, is like, I didn't want to fall into the facade of the ego. Like, you know, regardless of my achievements or my accomplishments, I do that because I just enjoy working hard, and those are the fruits of the labor. But sometimes you become that ego that everyone's kind of like pointing you out to be, and then you want to prove to everybody that you have all these things. But you got to remember, we're still Black in America, so no matter what you do, you're always going to be a target. You know what I'm saying? Like, if seeing, you know, the allegations they do to, like, you know, Kevin Hart, Jay-Z, even Barack Obama, they found pictures of him smoking weed. Like, what? Like, that's crazy. Like, how do you even find that? You know what I'm saying? But so the thing, I just tell them, just mind your business and just put the work in, and then people will notice. People will notice. They'll notice. And then they'll give you your flowers when your time is ready.
What do you think some of the challenges are as an independent artist?
I think, honestly, it's budget. I think the way people devise budget is really, like, messed up, because it's like, it's not built for the next person to win. It's just like, it's meant for you to do something outside of your craft, prove your monetary wealth, and then you can sit on our table. But you know, that's not how the game was made. Like, people made music so other people can enjoy music. You know what I'm saying? So I think if they cut back on that, and then, you know, we can kind of just do more things like what you guys got going on here, to where we actually creating a United States of the entertainment business, and I think that was gonna be the best thing for everybody, because then, you know, outstanding videographers like the guys we have here will be able to get seen by not just us, but like people all around the world, because everyone's just sharing, instead of it being like, oh, let me see your last video. That video doesn't look like it's a $10,000 video, so I'm not gonna bang with you. That's crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if we judge everything like that, then why is McDonald's around? $1 burger? Come on, like, what are we talking about here?
Right.
So just, you know, I think that's the one thing that kind of hurts artists, is just like budgeting, because it, you know, it prevents you from working with a top producer, a top engineer. You know, you have to play games with the algorithm just to get people to hear your music, and that's not what we do this for. We do this to share it.
Right. It seems like nowadays likes are overshadowing the actual talent.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Yeah. So what's next for Pusha Preme? What can we expect?
Well, right now we're currently on a tour. This is one of our tour stops. We got Sarasota, Tallahassee next.
Awesome.
And then, you know, we're just going to just keep building up the Tampa culture. You know, make sure that, you know, when it comes to Tampa, since we've already been sold out a little bit more than Miami, that people know us not just for our food and beverage and our sports teams, but for our art. The same way they look at St. Pete, the same way you go to Soho. Like, we have art this year in Tampa as well, too.
Dope. And what will you be performing for us tonight?
Today, me and DTG, we're going to do Savannah, and we're going to do Something to Prove.
Something to prove.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you guys, give it up for Pusha Preme.
Gang.
Yes.